So Windows 11 requires a TPM module because it's ostensibly going to use it to use BitLocker and encrypt the drive. But not every Windows 11 installation out there actually has BitLocker enabled by default. Let's talk about that.
Welcome to Tech Topics brought to you by Cybervenger. We help keep small businesses stay protected and compliant with cutting-edge cybersecurity and IT solutions.
All right, so Windows 11 has a TPM module. The whole point of a TPM module is to have encryption automatically done in BitLocker so that when you boot up, the motherboard has the key and can just go ahead and unlock the drive and come right back up without the bother of you having to type in the password to get in. Furthermore, if the computer has its hard drive stolen and the hard drive brought to another system, there's no way to descramble. That's the whole point of encryption, right? To protect the data. But what if it's not turned on? And oftentimes it isn't. If you have a computer that is upgraded from Windows 10 to Windows 11, that BitLocker is not usually enabled. So what we're going to do today is we're going to discuss how do you check to see if it's enabled. How do you get the encryption key? Because what if the motherboard dies? If you lose that motherboard and you have that hard drive, your data's gone. Unless you take the unlock code and save it somewhere. Now, what Microsoft does is when you buy a new Windows 11 computer and you set up for the first time, it asks you for your Microsoft 365 account. It's pretty bothersome about that. It really doesn't want you to get away with installing it without that. You can, but it doesn't want you to. And one of the reasons is that if you have a 365 account, it'll take that unlock password and stick it up at 365. So you can go to the device, get the key, unlock it, and get your data back, even if the motherboard were to die. I've done this for a few customers of mine. And fortunately, they didn't plan on it, they didn't realize it happened, but I knew it and I was able to find it. But what if you hadn't done that and you still need BitLocker enabled? If you run the script that we're going to walk through today, it will pull up this code and present it on the screen where you can copy and paste it. Furthermore, what we did with it is we took this script and we published it in our enable system. So we could run this script on all of our computers that all of our customers have, and it produces the key stored. It's assuming that we're in a contract to do that sort of information. But our managed accounts were able to produce that and save that script. So we modified the script slightly. What we're going to do is just go over the raw script that produces the screen. It's a little simpler to understand. This is all code that was written in ChatGPT. Ah, God bless ChatGPT, right? So let's take a look at it now. All right, so we're going to start with the first script that I had ChatGPT write for me, and all this does is just get the BitLocker key and spit it up on the screen, and you can do that. You could pass that information to pretty much any way you wanted and store it in a database. You can have it email you. You could, do whatever you want. Obviously, bear in mind that whoever gets the key that's spat out here can unencrypt the drive, so you probably want to keep it confidential. Emailing it may not be the best choice. Um, but this is the simple shot here, right? You specify the drive letter here. So you can change this to D if you had a D drive. I just did C in mine. This next line here is really kind of the meat and potatoes of what actually runs the recovery. This is the PowerShell command that gets information about BitLocker here. And it looks at the protectors and and there's our drive letter we put in here and spits out the string. Now, once we have that string, we got to search for data within that string. And that's what regex is good for. It's called regular expressions. It's good for finding text that match a certain thing. And there's many videos out there that'll do the explanation just as far better than I as to how regular expressions work. I'm an old Perl programmer, so not professionally, or not directly professionally as an incidental skill. So I'm not great at Perl, but I do like Perl, and that was a big deal with Perl as the regular expression. So here we're looking for a recovery password and the stuff that comes after it. And once it finds that, it puts in our pattern, and we're going to check and see if we have a match, right? If we have a match, it's going to say, hey, we got the key, and it's going to spit out the recovery key here. It's our match. It's going to pick the first one. We should only have one match in there. This wouldn't. I don't think this would handle more than one if you had. But we only have one drive, so it should only have one, right? And if it doesn't find one, then it spits out, hey, we couldn't find a key, and that's all that it does. You see, write host goes straight to the screen. That's what that command does. Hopefully, it explains what the script does and how it works to those who aren't really familiar with PowerShell. Now, a little bit of a disclaimer here. I am not a professional programmer. I'm a professional cybersecurity guy. I know enough coding to be dangerous. I know enough coding to um, look at what ChatGPT wrote for me and have some idea whether it's what I wanted it to do or not. Any piece of code I ever show you might destroy your hard drive, eat all your data, and send everything to China. I don't know. So make your own judgment there. That's my disclaimer. Don't blame me if it blows up everything. I really don't think it will, or otherwise I wouldn't have shared it. But don't trust my judgment. I'm not a programmer. Okay, and disclaimer. Moving on. Now this BitLocker key, what this script does, it's kind of the same thing, but if it doesn't find a key, it's gonna actually do the encryption. I like this one. This is very useful because it turns on encryption and spits out the drive. So here's again our definition. Get to define what it is. It writes out, checking the status. Here's our BitLocker. So we get our BitLocker volume, and that's the actual PowerShell command that kind of does the work. And that it walks through. Now, there's a lot more in the script here. It goes on further on, so I don't really want to walk you through line by line on this one. Just more to give you an idea where else you can go with this. I will be publishing these scripts so that you can download them and take a look at them yourselves and attempt to run them. Again, if you run this on your environment and something bad happens or there's a secret virus in here, don't say I didn't warn you that you should have a qualified programmer check this and make sure it doesn't break things. So you use at your own risk. Again, I wouldn't put this up here if I thought it was bad, but and then it goes throughout and does all that. I'll let you go read through it, but I thought that would be interesting to show people what you could do with PowerShell. And there you have it. Okay, there you have it. That is how we manage BitLocker keys for our clients. We have an enable platform, or as our RMM tool. It stores it securely in the platform itself, so you can have a login to get in there. You have two-factor on our logins. We can break it up by who can see what machine, so it's really nice to store as part of our computer object. So if you have an RMM tool, you may consider using a script like this to do just that. You never want to be in a situation where you have your customer's data locked out when no one can get to it, right? And it's kind of accidental ransomware, except there's nowhere to pay the ransom. So this script is great for making sure that you have the key available, and hopefully that all helps you out and gives some of you a good introduction to some of the cool things you can do with PowerShell. And I'll see you on the next video.
Thanks for watching. We hope this video has provided valuable information to you. Be sure to share this video with other small business owners to spread the word about the importance of cybersecurity. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. If you want more information about cybersecurity, visit us at www.cybervenger.com.